welcome back to my channel. So I've had a really busy couple of days, like I've not had time to record this video. So it's like past 8. I got back from work not too long ago and I just decided to record this video now so that my promise to do a budget breakdown video would not just drag. So please excuse the bad lighting. I'm basically being lit by my TV screen right now. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. So as I promised you guys, I'm doing a budget breakdown video for the Takwa trip. You know, something happened after I ended the vlog. I posted this picture that I took on the beach and I captioned it, "Life is beautiful." I posted it on Instagram and someone replied saying, "When you have money." And you know, I just finished talking about this in the vlog, like when I ended the vlog, and this person said this and I was just like, oh my god, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You do not need so much money to go on these trips. You really do not need so much money. People just think you need so much money and people assume you need so much money. So basically that is the notion I'm hoping to change by doing this budget breakdown video, so you guys can know to so you guys would know you can do the same thing, so you could actually go to these places without breaking the bank really. So this budget breakdown video, we are going to be dividing it into 4 parts: transportation, accommodation, feeding, and extra / activities. Let's get started. So transportation to Takwa Bay, you can either go to Takwa Bay through the speedboat or through the ferry or through the regular boat. Now the speedboat loads from CMS and the speedboat is 300 naira going and 300 naira coming. Yes, just 300 naira going and 300 naira coming, basically 600 naira on a round trip. For the ferry boats, there is the big ferry which goes for 250 naira going and 250 naira coming, but the ferry operates only during the week because it is basically for civil servants who work on water. If you want to rent the big ferry during the weekend, you're going to pay 50,000 naira going and 50,000 naira coming. Then there is the smaller ferry. This smaller ferry works only on hire, based on hire, and it can contain a maximum of 16 people, and they would charge you 15,000 naira. They would charge you 15,000 naira, doesn't mean you have to pay 15,000 naira. We ended up paying 8,000 naira. So everything about Takwa Bay, you need to know how to beat the price down. Now the regular boat, it does that, you know, when you say you go on a boat cruise, yeah, that's basically it. But this one doesn't load from CMS. It's just the speedboats and the ferries that load from CMS. The regular boats, they load from VI, so you can either take them through the Fiki port or the Tarzan jetty. The Fiki jetty goes for 1,500 naira going and 1,500 naira coming. That's 3,000 naira basically. And the Tarzan jetty, well, the last person I know who used the Tarzan jetty was early 2016, and he said it was 1,000 naira going and 1,000 naira coming. So that is it about transportation. Moving on, accommodation. I think this is my favorite part of staying in Takwa Bay. Oh my god, I love my chalet. We stayed in the chalet and it was beautiful. My god, it was amazing, trust me. So the chalet goes for 20,000 naira for a night, and there are only 2 rooms in the chalet, while the hotel, they have 2 types of room: the executive room and the regular room. The executive room goes for 15,000 naira, and the regular room, which is where people from my group stayed, goes for 12,000 naira. But we paid 10,000 naira per room because, like I said, you need to try to beat prices. Like everything they tell you, try to negotiate the price. Then there is also the cabin. The cabin goes for 40,000 naira during the week, and it goes for 60,000 naira during the weekend. It has 4 beds and 2 throw beds, meaning 6 people can stay there. And the beauty of the cabin is that it has this balcony where you could actually just come out from your room and sit and just watch the beach view. Like, it's beautiful from up there. But my chalet, where I stay, the chalet is downstairs. The upstairs of the chalet is the bar and restaurant where you can get that beach view from. So basically the difference between the chalet and the cabin is the chalet you have to climb upstairs to get that beach view, while the cabin you are basically getting the video from your bed. Yeah, basically that's it for accommodation. Feeding. Now let's talk about feeding, because really, what is a weekend getaway without lots of food and lots of drinks and lots of chops? Feeding in Takwa Bay is quite difficult, because there are not a whole lot of restaurants. Actually, the hotel has no restaurant, the cabin has no restaurant, although the chalet and the cabin is owned by the same person, so we could say the chalet restaurant also serves as a cabin restaurant. But basically, the chalet is the only place where there is a restaurant. And the restaurant, the food, they serve two types of food. They have, well, in the morning when we ask for their food, I don't know, maybe other times of the day they serve other types of food, but in the morning when we asked for their food, they said they had the English breakfast and they had the regular African meal. The regular African meal, which was rice and stew and fish, went for 4,500 naira. Yep, I know that's expensive. And the English breakfast, I really don't know what it was, because nobody actually ordered it in the group, but the English breakfast is 3,500 naira. And yes, okay, 4,500 naira is actually expensive for you to spend on a budget trip, but you do not have to eat there. The previous night we grilled barbecue ourselves, because the chalet has a grill, the cabin has a grill, so you can actually bring your barbecue stuff, your ingredients, your turkey, and just grill it there. And the owner of the chalet is actually very nice, and the staff, they are so nice. They would actually help you, because we had somebody from the chalet who helped us while we grilled our barbecue. And our drinks, someone from our group brought a whole lot of drinks, and we just asked them to put it in the refrigerator upstairs for us, because the cabin has a refrigerator, but no, the cabin has a small fridge. I mean, not say refrigerator, but the chalet doesn't have any, so we had to like have them put it for us upstairs. So point is, you can bring in your own food. You do not have to really rely on the food of the place, because aside the restaurant and the chalet, there's really no other place you can get something to eat on the island. There were some people from my group. Takwa is actually like a community. Some people from my group, they actually wanted to go try to get food from where the villagers get food, from their regular restaurants, and they walked until they were tired, and they came back. Like, they came back to the hotel without getting the food. They were tired of walking. That's how much of a distance it is for you if you say you want to get food where the villagers get their own food. So I would actually advise, if you're coming to Takwa Bay, you should come with your own food. But if you don't want to come with your food, the chalet food is 4,500 naira for their African dish and 3,500 naira for their English meal. Yep, the hotel doesn't have a restaurant, but the hotel has a bar where they sell drinks ranging from 200 naira to 500 naira, and then they sell their table water for 50 naira. So the bar is reasonably priced. It's not overpriced or anything. So yes, activities on the beach. You could surf. Yeah. I did not have the lever to actually surf, but you could actually surf. If you do not know how to surf and you want to learn, you could get an instructor to teach you for an hour. You would pay 6,000 naira, but I'm sure you can also negotiate that. And if you know how to surf and you do not need an instructor, you probably just want to rent a surfboard, it's 3,000 naira for an hour. And there were some people who came with their own surfboards, so yeah, I think that is totally free. Nobody is going to come charge you for your own surfboard. So if you own a surfboard, you can bring it to the beach and catch some fun. Like, there were so many people who were surfing the waters. It was amazing to watch, but I couldn't try it. And okay, what activity do you have? There's horse riding. The horse riding goes for 500 naira. They would tell you 1,000 naira, but if you're smart, you'll beat it down to 500 naira. What else? You could ride a quad bike. The quad bike goes for 5,000 naira for an hour, and during that 1 hour, as many people as possible can ride on it. Okay, and also the chairs. The chairs that you get to relax on the beach underneath the shade, it's not free, you have to pay for it. They would tell you it is 400 naira per chair, but you can beat it down to 300 naira per chair. So yes, that's that. But if you don't know, you do not even need to sit on the chair, because on the first day I came to the beach with my scarf. I just laid my scarf on the floor and I sat on my scarf. It was just the second day when we were waiting for our boat that we actually rented the chairs to sit down. So it's not like it's a necessity. So that's basically everything you need to pay for when you come to Takwa Bay. Entry to Takwa Bay is free. You do not have to pay any money. But like I said, there are villagers, there are people of the community who stay there, so sometimes they might want to like swindle you. You're not actually supposed to pay, but if they ask you to pay money, it cannot be more than 200 naira per person, really. Yeah. So now I'm going to do a review of services, and I'm going to do a review of services slash tips slash general tips for going to Takwa Bay. So when we're going, we went with the ferry and we kept galloping and galloping. Like, I kept asking that, how are we galloping so much where we are on sea? Like, I honestly did not understand how it was happening. I thought the old gallops didn't happen only when you're on bad roads, but like, we kept galloping. It wasn't a smooth ride at all. And then the ferry cannot it cannot stop at the main jetty because the waves of the main beach is too much for it, so they have to stop at the back jetty, at the second jetty, which is like behind. So from where the ferry drop you off, it is quite a distance to the main beach. Like, we kept walking and walking. I thought I was going to pass out. So yes, I would but the speedboat or the normal boat, it will drop you at the main beach itself. You do not have to do the whole Israelite journey that we actually did. But there were some people that were there were some people in the group that were scared of being in an open boat. They were scared of being on an open boat, so because of them we had to take the ferry because the ferry is covered. So if you are scared of being on an open boat and you do not want to take the speedboat, rather than take the ferry, I would actually advise you go to VI and take either the Fiki boat or the Tarzan boat. About accommodation, I would advise that you take a chalet or a cabin rather than you take the hotel, because the chalet is like pretty close to the beach. The hotel is quite a distance to the beach. Like, I went to the hotel once, the day we're leaving. I went there in the morning and my god, I was like, this is what you guys have been going through, wow. So yes, I would actually advise that you take the chalet. And also the chalet has 24 hours electricity and you get Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. The hotel doesn't have any of that because when I went to the hotel there was no light there, so probably they put on the joint for them, but well, when I went there was no light. But in the chalet there's 24 hours electricity. So honestly, even though the chalet is more expensive, I would actually advise you stay in the chalet. And the chalet is actually big enough for 3 people. 3 people can stay in a chalet room, because I stayed there with 2 of my friends. We're 3 and we were very comfortable. The bed is big enough, like the whole place is big enough. It's just amazing. And then the owner of the chalet is just a very pleasant somebody. Oh my god. And he has 2 amazing puppies, Tessie and oh my god, I can't remember the second one's name. Erecta. I think it's Erecta, I'm not sure. So with the chalet you get 2 awesome Lhasa puppies for free to play and cuddle with and take pictures. And I did not stay in the cabin, so I wouldn't know, but I know that if you want to stay in the cabin you have to be prepared for a very cold night, because it is upstairs and you're basically sleeping on the beach, so you have to come with your really thick blankets and cardigan. Although the cabin has a fireplace for the night, it has a fireplace, and even there's a park in the cabin, so they have a very huge fireplace where you could actually use as a bonfire. So yes, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's all for the review of services. Every other thing about Takwa Bay was awesome. Like, trust me, everybody is friendly there, everybody is happy, everyone is nice, everybody is laughing. Like, genuinely, when we left Takwa Bay and we're coming to Lagos, and then after we got off the boat and we got on the road, and I saw this bus driver, he was quarreling with a passenger, and I was like, Jesus Christ, we are back. Like, the following morning when I was going to work, I had to put it on my Snapchat and my Instagram. I was like, oh my god, I'm back to this life, because Takwa Bay is like an escape from the old hustle and bustle of Lagos. It's like the perfect escape, the perfect getaway. It's peace, it's peaceful, it's beautiful, it's relaxing, it's just everything, and it is cheap. It is cheap. Honestly, it is one of the cheapest, what would I call it now, it's one of the cheapest resorts you can actually get in Lagos. Yes, it's actually awesomely cheap. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a tip for going to Takwa Bay. Now, the main beach of Takwa Bay is awesome, but when you go to Takwa Bay to experience the real Takwa Bay, just walk down until you get to the second beach. Fam, the second beach is beautiful. Like, we thought Takwa Bay was fine until the following morning when we got to the second beach. We're like, what is this? What we've been missing? Like, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's perfect, it's you know, when you say serenity, like, it is the definition of serenity. Although the tides in the second beach, the tides on the second beach are way higher than the first beach, so please do not go to the second beach and say you want to swim there. You cannot swim in the water. Just sit down and watch the oceans, watch the waves, watch the ships go by, watch the boats go by, but don't get into the water and say you want to swim. No matter how much of an experienced swimmer you are, I honestly wouldn't advise, because the tides are unpredictable. Like, the way they were just coming and going, like, this minute it is there, the next minute it is here. Like, that is how unpredictable the tides are. So I really would not advise you go into the water. Please, I cannot look for somebody. Thank you. Now, in conclusion, let us calculate how much you really need to spend a night in Takwa Bay. Now, if you're going by speedboats, that is 600 naira for a round trip. Getting to Takwa Bay, if you stay in the chalet, which is my recommendation, if you are 3 friends like we did, that's about 6,666 naira per person. Let's say 6,670 naira per person, plus your 600 naira. Let me grab my calculator. So that would be 7,270 naira. Let's say 7,300 naira. And then if you are going with, probably you're scared of the speedboat, I really wouldn't recommend you go with the ferry. If you're scared of the speedboat, just go to VI and take either the Tarzan or the Fiki boat. That's, let's say, 3,000 naira for a round trip. 3,000 naira plus 6,670. That is 9,670. That is basically all you need for a weekend in Takwa Bay. Like, that is basically all you need. Every other thing mentioned, you do not have to go on a quad bike, you do not have to surf, you do not have to pay for chairs underneath the shades, you do not have to ride the horse, you do not have to eat a meal of 4,500 naira. Every other thing depends on how your pocket is, but the only thing you actually need, like the basic amount that you need, is either 7,300 naira or 9,700 naira. Like, that is basically all you actually need for a weekend in Takwa Bay. And the challenge you have to check out by 2 p.m. Like, they'll practically come and chase you out of their room if you're not out by 2 p.m. except you're ready to pay for an extra night. If not, by 2 p.m. be ready to leave the room. But the fact that you have to be out of the chalet by 2 p.m. doesn't mean you have to leave the beach by 2 p.m. We did not leave the beach till like probably 5 or so. We just packed our things and then we got to shade with our stuff and we just waited for our boats there, and we still had fun on the beach. So basically that's it it for the Takwa Bay breakdown. I do hope you guys found this video helpful. I do hope I do hope you found it really helpful. I would if you have any more questions that I might have forgotten to cover, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I would be more than glad to respond to your questions. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. In case you haven't seen the actual video of this trip, that's the Takwa Bay video. Why am I pronouncing Takwa Bay like the Takwa Bay video? So yes, in case you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it up at the end of this video, so do watch it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in our next video. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, do everything. I'll see you in our next video. Bye bye. To book the cabin or the chalet, you could visit their site at www.jbbeachcamp.com, and to book the hotel, you could call one of the numbers on the billboard.